Good afternoon, everybody. Great to see everyone here. Really is a pleasure. This is one of the fun things that I get to do together with my team is to celebrate the amazing accomplishments of the faculty here on our campus. So this is a great day. This is the most fun we can have on any given work day. So I'll tell you, I've been here now at the University of Oklahoma for 1.5 years. Obviously the last 12 months plus in the land of COVID. So I haven't gotten to meet a lot of you in person yet. Met many of you, but not everybody. And I really look forward to the opportunity in the not too distant future to do that and to congratulate you in person and to get to meet all of you who are here today and many others as we go forward. But I'm delighted that we can do this virtual ceremony today because I think that, recognizing and awarding our, amazing faculty at the university, it's a really important function. And for all of you to see each other, even if on Zoom, to celebrate each other, to recognize each other's accomplishments, I think it's just such a wonderful thing. Over this last year and a half, even though I haven't met many of you in person, I have learned a lot. And the most important thing I have learned is the amazing quality of the research that happens on this campus. And that's all because of you. The University of Oklahoma has one of the nation's top academic research enterprises, no question, no doubt about it. And what I really enjoy the most is the collegiality and the ability of faculty across campus to come across and work together on really important problems. And that's reflected in a lot of what we're going to be talking and celebrating today. We have amazing strengths across our academic disciplines, and we have amazing strengths in the way that we're able to team together and really tackle important challenges and impact society in incredibly positive ways. So I'm just so delighted to be able to do this today. As I said before, we a few months ago in my office, we decided to sort of revamp a little bit the Research Excellence Award program from what it was before I came to the university. So we created a set of categories that attempt to reward excellence across the academic disciplines, but also for what we're talking about, also for teaming, for coming across in convergent ways to tackle grand challenges, and then also for success in gaining external funding for your research, which is so important. It's such a signature of excellence. It's such a signature of the strength of the university that we thought it would be really important also to recognize and incentivize, the work that you all do, which I know how long it takes. I know how difficult it is. I know how time-consuming, what dedication it takes to go out there to federal agencies, to foundations, to corporations with your ideas and put the effort together that it takes to get one of these large grants funded externally. So we want to thank you for all of that. We want to thank you for the work that you do with our students, both undergraduate and graduate, the work you do with our postdocs, and really the impact that you have on the university, on the community, and on society as a whole. So, with those comments and that sort of brief introduction, let's jump on the recognition ceremony. I wish I could hold up a glass of champagne for every one of these toasts, but we will do that in the future, I guarantee you. So, Michelle, do you want to tee it up? We will be walking through some of these awards, and my colleagues in my team in the office will help me recognize those who have been awarded those Norman Campus-wide Research and Creative Activity Awards for 2021. So go to the next slide, Michelle. Please, next one. Thank you. Okay, so the first award that we're going to present and share with everybody is Award for Excellence in Transdisciplinary Convergent Research. The awardees for 2021 are Carol Silva and Hank Jenkins-Smith in a joint award. They're both members of the Department of Political Science and the College of Arts and Sciences and co-directors of the National Institute for Risk and Resilience. The team of Dr. Silva and Dr. Jenkins-Smith as co-directors of the National Institute for Risk and Resilience have achieved outstanding level of collaborative and transdisciplinary research on the social interpretation of public policy on a very wide range of topics, as you know. Their work is nationally recognized as leading social science work on issues like fossil fuel consumption, climate change, science communication, severe weather, nuclear waste facilities, vaccine acceptance. Their work on understanding COVID-19, the evolution of the COVID-19 pandemic, testing for COVID-19, and more recently, acceptance of vaccines, depending on different socioeconomic factors, has been truly transformative. They were nominated by Georgia Cosmopoulou, the Associate Dean for Research in the College of Arts and Sciences, who noted that their participation in transdisciplinary teams is critical for securing support for cutting-edge research projects with broad societal impacts. Todd Allen, who is the chair of the Nuclear Engineering Department at the University of Michigan, with whom they work closely on some of their efforts, praises them for advancing knowledge through convergent approaches and for their vast range of intellect and influence covering a range of complex issues, sitting at the intersection of novel technology development, public policy approaches, and social responses. This work that they do really, to me, signifies the best of what a university and academic institution like the University of Oklahoma can do when coming together in convergent transdisciplinary approaches. Today, we all understand that the intersection of technology and society is critical to how we advance in the future. It's not just about developing widgets and gadgets. It's about understanding the impact of technology evolution and the very rapid evolution of technology that we see globally today on society and how to deal with those issues of ethics, regulatory issues, legal issues, compliance issues. The work that they're doing across academic boundaries points in that direction and is critically important to the future. So we're all delighted to award the first Award for Excellence in Transdisciplinary Convergent Research to Drs. Silva and Jenkins-Smith. Congratulations and thank you. We'll just clap virtually. Next, Michelle, please. I will present this award as well. The inaugural Award for Excellence in Research in the Social Sciences goes to Dr. Shane Connelly. Shane is a professor in the Department of Psychology in the College of Arts and Sciences and has really distinguished herself for her authoritative and defining work in the realm of ethics, leadership development, and emotional regulation in organizations. I've looked at some of her papers over time. I'm familiar with some of the work on leadership development that she has done, and I'll tell you that really it transcends the boundaries of academia and is work that is highly praised and relevant to organizations in the private sector and all around the entire spectrum of the economy, not just in the United States, but globally. Her work on extremist behavior, especially the online communication of terrorist and hate groups, is also highly regarded and respected across the academy. She was also nominated by Georgia Cosmopoulou, the Associate Dean for Research in the College of Arts and Sciences, and Ron Riggio, the Henry Kravis Professor of Leadership and Organizational Psychology at Claremont McKenna College, states that Dr. Connelly's work is not only innovative, it is some of the defining work in the area of emotions and leadership. I am very emotional, so this is very important to me. These studies have been published in some of the most prestigious journals in areas of leadership, such as the Leadership Quarterly, the Academy of Management Review, and in prestigious journals in industrial organizational psychology, such as the Journal of Occupational and Organizational Psychology, the Journal of Military Psychology, and the Journal of Managerial Psychology. The research is impactful, highly read, and scholars and frequently cited, coupled with her research on extremism. Dr. Connelly's research on ethical decision-making and ethics training is impressive and far-reaching, as I mentioned before. So again, just absolutely delighted to be able to present the inaugural Award for Excellence in Research in the Social Sciences to Dr. Shane Connelly. Congratulations, Shane. Very, very well deserved, really set the standards for the future. So with that, Michelle, would you move on to the next? And I'll pass the microphone, the virtual microphone, to Janet Ward.
Thank you, Tomás. And before we turn to the next category, because we're doing so well for time, Tomás, would it make sense for Carol, Hank, and Shane to say a few words?
Yeah, sure, absolutely, please. If we have the time, by all means.
I'll just pop in really quickly and say thank you. We really appreciate it very much. Hank and I have been working on this stuff together for almost 30 years now. That's a long time to have a partner in shenanigans in this way. And we really appreciate the support of the Vice President for Research and Partnerships Office. So thank you, Tomás and crew.
Yeah, I would simply add to that beyond my crazy collaborator, it takes really a team and an institution that permits collaborative work for this to happen. And not all of the places that Carol and I have worked have provided both the breadth and interest of colleagues and institutional rules that make it possible, but OU really has, and we're lucky to be here.
I also want to just thank the OU VPRP's office and the College of Arts and Sciences for just enabling so much of the research that I've been able to be involved in over the years. I share Hank and Carol's sentiments exactly, that OU is just great in finding ways to enable the research to be supported, and I really hope that that continues for all of us here and others as well. It's funny that Hank, Carol, and I all started out in the same Center for Applied Social Research, and I'm still there, and they've spun off these other centers and national institutes that are amazing just in and of themselves. And so it's been, it does take a team. It takes a lot of people being involved, students, other faculty members, multiple departments, even multiple colleges. So it's been great. Thank you for the opportunity.
Hey, thank you. And thank you, Janet, for suggesting this is terrific. Very, very good. Very appropriate. So let's go forward.
Well, I am so thrilled to be a part of the ceremony today in announcing the awards in excellence for research, design, and creative expression in the humanities and the fine arts. We're again lucky to be able to offer awards, 2 awards in this category today. And the first one is given to this faculty team whose slide you've been looking at for a few minutes now. Dr. Angela Person and Dr. Stephanie Pilot in the College of Architecture have been given this award for their joint project, Renegades, Bruce Goff and the American School of Architecture, with their new exhibit, archive, and scholarship emerging from the initiative. Drs. Person and Pilot have placed Oklahoma at the center of a significant new chapter in the history of modern architecture. Now, this nomination was put forward by their dean, Hans Butzer, dean of the Christopher C. Gibbs College of Architecture. So thank you, Dean Butzer, for the nomination. And I just want to quote one of the external letters. This one is from Carmina Sanchez del Valle, professor of architecture at Hampton University, who writes that the Person Pilot Team project elaborates on a tossed out chapter in US architectural history, one that nonetheless has significant impact beyond local and regional boundaries. She continues, it allows consideration of Bruce Goff's work and of his peers, locally, nationally, and internationally. It is the Renegades Project's documentation of the curriculum developed at OU and the consequent works of the students that offers the greatest opportunity for discovery and reflection. Bruce Goff, as chair of the OU Architecture School, promoted the study of the global history of architecture. The creativity evident in the work of the Renegades Project by Drs. Person and Pilot, including its compilation and presentation through innovative use of web-based technology, something that's allowed it to continue throughout our pandemic era, by the way, mandates recognition as a vanguard accomplishment. The work itself makes architecture's overlooked past strongly relevant to and exciting for those currently learning to frame its future. And with that, I'd very much like to welcome Angela Person and Stephanie Pilot to say a few words here in the Zoom room.
Thank you, Dr. Ward. And thank you really to the VPR's office, to Tomás, to the many provosts and presidents who supported this work throughout the last 4 years as we were doing it, to our Dean Hans Butzer, and to really so many collaborators across campus. We worked with the OU Press, the OU Libraries, the Fred Jones Jr. Museum of Art, and we could not have done this work without them. And just looking back on it in the last few weeks, Angela and I were stunned to realize how much support this institution gave us for this incredible project. I think we lost count of how many FIP grants our team got, and how often it was that we just figured out we need a little more resources here or there, and the dean stepped up or the provost stepped up or someone came through to support the work. So we are eternally, eternally grateful to this institution for that. And the other group of people we have to thank is our alumni, because really as historians, you have to have good material to work with. And Bruce Goff and the students that worked with him and learned from him produced a magnificent body of work. And so it was just a gold mine waiting for us to rediscover it. So we really lucked out in that regard.
I'd just like to echo everything that Stephanie is saying. I think she said we lost count relative to the amount of institutional support. Also, the size of the team, I think we're over 150 if you count all the students who've also been involved in this project. So we're just so grateful to everybody coming together and continuing to support this. And we consider this the American School Project, so we're excited to see where the project takes us into the future. So we have a chapter coming out in a book by a leading scholar of architectural history, Beatriz Colomina, later this year. So we're really excited to just kind of see how this story of Oklahoma continues to be told in more and more venues more broadly. So thank you all for the support.
And I also want to thank Janet, because she's been a mentor and kind of a North Star for both of us throughout our careers here. So thank you.
The feeling is entirely mutual there in terms of inspiration. Thank you both. If we could have the next slide, please. It's my honor to present the second award for excellence in research, design, and creative expression in the humanities and the fine arts to Professor Ronald Schleifer in the Department of English, College of Arts and Sciences. This award is for Professor Schleifer's career-long, path-breaking role in the field of medical humanities and his profound impact on the practice of medicine, especially on the physician world's understanding of the importance of patients' narratives about their own health. And of course, in our current era, this has never been more important. I'm grateful, we are all grateful to the chair of the English department, Roxanne Mountford, for nominating Professor Schleifer for this award. And I'm going to quote Jerry Venata, MD, Professor Emeritus of Medical Humanities and the David Ross Boyd Professor Emeritus of Medicine in the OU College of Medicine, who wrote in support of this nomination. The University of Oklahoma College of Medicine now has a medical humanities curriculum consisting, he says, of courses involving literature, women's studies, history, philosophy, art, addiction studies, religion, and law. The curriculum and the medical students it affects, making them broader and more empathic physicians, would not have been possible if not for the interdisciplinary work that Dr. Schleifer so generously shared with me and the medical school over the years. He says, I have worked with numerous very bright and creative people over a 40-year career in medicine. I have never worked with anyone as intelligent, enthusiastic, and creative as Ronald Schleifer. His creative approach to interdisciplinary research and teaching has made me a better doctor, teacher, and friend. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating Professor Schleifer.
Oh, thanks so much. This is a wonderful honor. I might be the longest term person here today. I came to OU in 1975, and I've taught and done research here for many years. And throughout those years, from the college, from the university, with Janet Center, I've had unstinting support for innovative and sometimes imaginative work. The work Jerry and I have done gained support from the College of Medicine as well as the College of Arts and Sciences in the university. And as I hope you can all imagine, this has been the most fulfilling work of my career. To make it possible that we might be more comfortably healthy as we grow old. Anyway, thanks so much for this honor. It is a great honor.
Thank you so much, Professor Schleifer. So if we can move to the next category.
Thank you, Janet. It's my extreme pleasure and honor to present the award, the inaugural award for excellence in research and natural sciences. We have two awardees, and so let me describe each of the accomplishments for these two awardees before we ask them to say a few words. The first is Dr. Zhizong or Zhou Zhu in the Department of Microbiology and Plant Biology. He is globally renowned for his outstanding accomplishments in microbial ecology, particularly for his groundbreaking discoveries in understanding the feedback mechanisms and principles of microbial systems in response to environmental change. He also has advanced and developed innovative experimental technologies for resolving the complex microbial world and the novel theoretical approaches for microbiome research. Dr. Zhu was nominated by Ann Dunn, who's the chair in the Department of Microbiology and Plant Biology, and an external referee, James Tedgy, I hope I pronounced that correctly, who's the University Distinguished Professor Emeritus in the Department of Microbiology and Molecular Genetics at Michigan State University, wrote in his support letter that Zhou Zhu is a highly creative and accomplished international leader in microbial ecology and a stellar science leader for OU. He's published recently 5 papers in the journal Nature in the last 3 years, which is a remarkable record. And among this work, he has a number of firsts. One is that using highly integrated experimental and computational technologies, he revealed persistently lower temperature sensitivity of soil microbial respiration upon warming, and was the first to demonstrate the feasibility of incorporating microbial functional information into an ecosystem model for improving model predictability. He was also the first to discover that microbes play central roles in regulating soil carbon dynamics through 3 primary feedback mechanisms. And he was also the first to demonstrate the in situ vulnerability of tundra soil carbon to climate warming and the importance of microbes in mediating such vulnerability. All of these studies have made conceptual advances in climate change biology and have led to a paradigm shift by demonstrating the importance of incorporating microbial functional traits into global change projections. Dr. Tedji also says he is the go-to person for microbe-related terrestrial climate change research. So congratulations, Zhou. Let me go to the second awardee in this category. Sorry, back one, please, or back two. Eleanor Martin, thank you, is our second awardee in the category of excellence in research in the natural sciences. Dr. Martin is an assistant professor in the School of Meteorology in the College of Atmospheric and Geographical Sciences. This award is given for her pioneering research on the science of ecosystems, climate variability, bridging social science, changing climate dynamics, and fundamentals of the hydrological cycle. She was nominated by Cameron Homeyer, who's the associate professor and associate director of the OU School of Meteorology. A support letter written by the School of Meteorology Committee A members, Professors Redeman, Wang, and Chilson, wrote that Dr. Martin's work on climate variability and change and their impact on subseasonal to seasonal forecasts of precipitation extremes has transitioned from being supported by only one grant, an NSF Prevents grant, to now being heavily supported by multiple new grants, for example, the NSF Career and an EPSCoR grant, totaling multi-millions of dollars. Her continued substantial involvement in the South Central Climate Adaptation Science Center and those activities on teleconnections and associated successful pursuit of Department of Interior funding shows her tireless dedication to the science of ecosystems and climate variability. Dr. Martin has also demonstrated successful grant writing efforts in the area of tropical climate change. And her grants for the NASA Global Precipitation Measurement Mission and tropical field work will build important bridges to vibrant satellite observation community. And so Committee A also wanted to share their excitement about her ability to incorporate diversity, equity, and inclusion elements in her formal research, in addition to her extensive contributions in teaching and service. So I'd like to please join me in congratulating both Eleanor Martin and Zhou Zhu for this wonderful award.
This is very exciting. Just Barry and I'm really thrilled with both of these awards, just thrilled. And also the Bruce Goff's award. I love that architect.
Thank you, Barry. I invite
Thanks,
Joe
Barry.
or Eleanor to say a few words.
Okay, thanks, Annie. It's a great honor to receive this award. I came to you, year 6 is about 50 years. So yeah, so I'm at OU for 50 years right now. So when I came to OU, at that time I was Oak National Laboratory. I have about like 110 papers. I look at my resume. Was when I applied to OU. So now we have about over 500 publications. It's just over like the last 50 years. This is our most productive years at OU. So I feel that OU is a great place to do high quality research. So over the years, I get a lot of support from the vice president for research, also from the college, from the department. I really appreciate the excellent support and the strong leadership from like VPR, the deans, and the department. Also, I really appreciate the support from the faculty members in the department or as a course department. I really also appreciate all students who start working with me so to make this happen. So really thanks for this excellent recognition. So we will do our best for the future. So do our best for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Eleanor?
Yeah, I'll just echo the comments of everybody else, thanking the VPRP's office, as well as my college and the school and all the other faculty and students that I've been working with for really making this an environment to study the environment successfully. I know I recognize a lot of people on this call and have worked with them, and it's wonderful to see them all here. And as somebody who perpetually feels like they're not good enough and that they're not doing enough, this is kind of that recognition and appreciation that is much needed in early career researchers and scholars' life. So I really appreciate everybody that's been involved with this, and I hope to continue doing such exciting work with all of you in the future. So thank you very much.
Wonderful, and congratulations to you both. Okay, I'm going to pass the virtual microphone to my colleague, John Antonio.
Thank you, Anne. And it's my privilege to introduce to you the inaugural awardee for the category of Award for Excellence in Applied Research and Engineering. It goes to Dr. Janet K. Allen with the School of Industrial and Systems Engineering and the Gallagher College of Engineering. Janet is internationally recognized for expertise in the areas of decision-based design and modeling of complex engineered systems under uncertainty, and also as a role model in design education. And I would challenge you to just look at all your desks or wherever you're sitting now, and whatever man-made artifacts are on the table or out in the driveway, and think about the complexity. It's complex to think about the materials and how do you get the right materials with the right properties at the right cost into the right products, and how do you form a framework for that. Well, that's just a very brief introduction to the type of work she spent her career doing at OU and at Georgia Tech before coming here a couple of decades ago. She was nominated for this award by her department chair, Dr. Shiva Kumar Raman, who's a Morris Pittman professor and director of the School of Industrial Engineering. And Shiva notes in her nomination package that she's indeed a distinguished scholar. She has about 11,000 citations, an H-index of 46, and an I-10 index of 100, over 165. So she's amazing in the publishing and the dissemination of the great work that she's done to the community. I think Tomás mentioned earlier how important students are to the research process, and that's really been her focus since I've known her here at OU, in addition to producing outstanding research, mentoring and advising students. I think she currently has over a dozen students that she's advising, both at the undergraduate and graduate levels and across a range of disciplines from computer science to engineering to economics. So she's just truly multidisciplinary in the approach that she takes, which you have to be, right, to solve these complex problems. A couple of notes from some letters of support that we received. Wei Chen, the chair of mechanical engineering at Northwestern University, states that Professor Allen never stops pursuing new topics at the frontier of design research. Her work in using integrated computational materials engineering, or ICME, to design new material systems is considered groundbreaking. So that relates back to what I was saying earlier about complex systems and material systems. A second quote from Dirk Schaefer, the chair of industrial design at the University of Liverpool, stated that Janet Allen, that she is a role model for providing significant and sustained high impact leadership. He goes on to say that while technical excellence is a precursor for a successful career, true academic leadership, like Janet's, is aimed at making a significant and lasting impact and requires the ability to connect the dots between problems and new developments in various fields. It requires the skill to build bridges and individuals, for individuals and teams to collaborate across their respective disciplines and strive to find new frontiers. So I think Dr. Schaefer really summarized very well, if possible, a long and successful career that Janet has had. So in closing, congratulations, Janet. And Janet, you're not done yet, so don't get the idea that you get to leave us now. So I didn't mean to imply that. You got a lot more ahead of you. In closing, Janet, congratulations on being selected for this award. It's very well-deserved recognition of your many accomplishments and impact that you've had. Thank you. Janet, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, thank you so much, John. And thank you, the VPR's office, also for the vision and impetus to create this award. I need to also thank Shiva Kumar Aman and, of course, the School of Industrial and Systems Engineering for the support and encouragement that I've had over the years here. Also, a very important collaborator that I have had, of course, is Farouk Mistry, who we've worked with for probably, 40 years or something like that, as well as the many students and people across the world, the globe, that I have worked with. So thank you again.
Thank you, Janet. Back to you, Michelle.
Well, thank you, everybody, and you know what great tribute to our faculty. We're going to introduce a set of awards that are being given to faculty and faculty teams, really faculty teams, who were successful in obtaining extramural research grants in excess of $1 million during the last year. But before we do that, let me just pause briefly and ask for any other comments from colleagues about the awardees or anybody else who wants to say a few words or contribute to the tribute that we're making today. If anybody wants to, please just mute yourself and say a few words. You're more than welcome to.
Hi, my name is Farouk Mistry, and I have a maxim that I'd like to share with you. Being a professor is the best job in the world. The only thing better than that is being married to one. Janet, has been absolutely fantastic being married to you and working with you for over 45 years. Thank you.
That's wonderful. Thank you. Thanks so much for saying that. What a great comment. Anyone else?
You know, one thing that is exciting is to see these awards being given, but what is in a way even more exciting is that we know that these scholars have been an inspiration for other scholars.
Right.
And there's a lot more awards to go.
It's very well said, Barry, and it is the inspiration that is so important. You all are an inspiration to your colleagues and the rest of the faculty and OU, so very well put. And there are many, many more to come. This is only the first year.
Very exciting.
We're sticking with it. So be ready to nominate your colleagues next year. Yes.
My name is Reza Alizadeh. I'm a PhD student of Janet. It's been about 4 years that she's mentoring me. Both Janet and Farouk are role models for me, and I followed their advice. I married to a PhD student who wants to be a professor. Both we want to be professors and educate next generation of professors. So thank you, Janet. Thank you, Farouk, for being role models for us, inspiration for us. Thanks.
Thank you so much for those comments. Sounds to me like you're well on your way to fulfill that dream. So terrific. All right. Any other comments? So if not, I'm going to move forward and talk about these various awards for excellence in research grants that we want to give out today. The first one that I want to start with, it's for Professor Amy McGovern and her team. She knows how proud I am of her and her team for this incredible accomplishment of obtaining funding from the National Science Foundation for one of the inaugural artificial intelligence institutes that were supported and funded by the NSF this year. Her institute is really a reflection of the power of bringing together fundamental research and applied research seamlessly across in applying artificial intelligence to environmental science, AI to ES. The power of AI to transform the way we think about weather prediction, climate change, and environmental impacts of what we do as a society on the planet is just going to be, it's only starting now. And Amy put together an outstanding team, not just inside the university, but with colleagues across the nation, with some of the key companies like Google and IBM and NVIDIA and others. So Amy, congratulations, and thank you for everything that you do for the university. If you want to make a quick comment on this, please go ahead, and then we'll keep going.
I'll just say thank you. And I agree with that this is only the start. The long-term vision for this is that we're going to develop a sustainable center that will last beyond the 5 years of the NSF funding. That will be, I'm actually using Kelvin's framework from when he was in OSTP, the Industries of the Future Institute, where we're going to have both the government and the private sector funding to create a long-term vision that will use AI to actually transform our resilience to climate change.
Fantastic. Thank you, Amy. Congratulations again. Michelle, next one. Again, in this case, the award for excellence in research grants go to our famous colleagues, Dr. Carol Silva and Dr. Jenkins Smith, Dr. Vasara, Dr. Muralithiran, Carl Murray, Robert Nairn, Jason Vogel, Xiaoming Xiao, and Tian Yang. This team, this incredibly multidisciplinary team, was successful in obtaining one of the National Science Foundation EBSCO grants, a $20 million grant in partnership with Oklahoma State University for socially sustainable solutions to water, carbon, and infrastructure resilience in Oklahoma. Their work is already having tremendous impact. The team at the University of Oklahoma leads the science in the project, again, in partnership with OSU, and really understanding how the community in Oklahoma can become more resilient to the changes that we're seeing and that are coming our way as climate continues to evolve and the environment continues to change. It's critically important. So again, thank you for all the work that you're doing. I know this is an incredibly time-consuming, very, very important grant from the NSF, for which almost $10 million come here to the University of Oklahoma to support our work and our students. So congratulations to both of you. And I'll leave the microphone open for you to comment on this.
Yeah, thank you, Tomás. This is an amazing group of people who are involved. Having a social science framework for a wide range of natural science and engineering endeavors has really been a challenge. And it's been a testament to the willingness to engage in spooky research by our meteorologists and our engineers and biologists and others. Carol and I've had a great time first designing this project and then trying to get people together to undertake it. But we're extremely happy with the way this thing is working out, and we look forward to many more of these kinds of projects with our great colleagues here at OU.
All right, thank you. Okay, let's see. The next award in this category of excellence in research grants goes to Dr. Mark Geary and his team, Kelly Fulton, Nate Goodman, Jay McDaniel, Justin Metcalf, Bob Palmer, Jessica Ruel, Jorge Salazar, and Hiyalti Sigmarsson. The team in the Radar Innovation Lab at the Advanced Radar Research Center has really been working very hard on taking the knowledge that they've developed over the years in developing the most advanced weather radars that can be deployed in the nation and applying those to programs and projects for our national security with the Navy and other elements of the Department of Defense. This grant from the US DoD Office of Naval Research of $7.5 million for a near field scanner for advanced digital radar, it's really foundational for the kind of work that the university is doing, and really leverages the work that we do for NOAA and other elements of our environmental and atmospheric sciences program. So congratulations, Mark. Very exciting, only the beginning for the tremendous amount of success and work that you all are bringing to the university in support of our national security and the Department of Defense. So well done, and look forward to lots of accomplishment in the future.
Well, thanks, Tomás, and we really appreciate all the VPRP's support. And I also thank a lot my teammates. Without them, it couldn't possibly be done. It's the power of teamwork that really lets us all work together and collaborate to tackle these very large projects. In addition to the faculty teammates, we have an excellent set of students, and the ARC engineers. I really call out this team here for really helping us to do a lot of the heavy lifting on this project. I also thank the philosophical support of our leadership, J.R. Cruz and ECE, our new engineering dean, Dean John Clear. And I thank Dean Barry and Moore on the weather side. Our Genesis is the weather program here. It's been with us for 50 years in Norman. So I thank a lot my teammates and all the people that helped this large teamwork type of award really work out.
Thank you, Mark. Let's see, next. The next award in Excellence in Research Grants goes to Randy Pepler in the Department of Geography and Environmental Sustainability in the College of Atmospheric and Geographical Sciences for his award from Battelle Pacific Northwest Lab at the Department of Energy for data quality management for the Advanced Radiation Measurements Program of the Department of Energy. The ARM program is really the premier instrumentation location program for measuring atmospheric and climate data, and being involved with the national laboratories and the Department of Energy on these critical measurements. It's really a signature of the quality of the work that goes on in this space at the university, and really augments what we already do with the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration, with work with the Department of Energy. So we're extremely excited about this. The end-to-end data quality that is going to come out of this system will help us make more consistent quantitative assessments and continual improvement of the data streams that come out of this atmospheric radiation measurements program at the Department of Energy. And that will only help us improve the quality of our climate models and our ability to predict and adapt to climate change as it continues to evolve during our lifetimes and beyond. So again, thank you, Randy and team, Kenneth Kehoe, for the work that you're doing. I'll pass the microphone to you.
Thank you. We've been around since July 2000. So that's a real testament to all the great people that we've had working on the project, and all the really fantastic undergraduate students, mostly from the School of Meteorology, that have helped us out over the 20 years. Ken's been with us the last 15, and he's been invaluable for us, and he's made great connections with the rest of the Department of Energy on this project. So we hope to continue on for many more years. So thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. Thank you. Okay, Michelle, the next one, the next award, again, for work supported by the Department of Defense, this time through the Air Force Office of Scientific Research, AFOSR, goes to Grant Biederman in the Physics Department, Physics and Astronomy Department, and Center for Quantum Research and Technology in the College of Arts and Sciences. Congratulations, Grant. This is great, exciting work on comparing the experimental robustness and the computational complexity in a neutral atom-based. You'll have to tell me what, I'm a physicist, I should know what an ISQ is, but I don't, information processor. So, you know, the key here in a neutral atom-based noise intermediate scale quantum information processor is to seek quantum supremacy over a classical supercomputer. I mean, this is the, let's see, one of the main, most important quests, scientific quests in the 21st century is, will we be able to harness the power of quantum superposition and entanglement to master computing at levels that, you know, we can only dream about today through classical means and classical semiconductors. The entire scientific community, let's say big swaths of the scientific community are focused globally on this quest for quantum supremacy, meaning can we build a quantum computer that can compute any given problem faster than a classical computer, and can we do that you know, for a reasonable amount of money in a reasonable amount of time, not in the next 100 years, but in the next few years. And so, Grant, again, thank you for the work that you all are doing, that you're doing, but all the work that you all are doing in the physics department and in the Center for Quantum Research and Technology is critically important, and it will support all of the, as John mentioned before, all of the industries of the future. This will be one of those. And so being on the leading edge of this for the university, it's tremendous. So congratulations. I'll pass the microphone to you.
Well, thank you very much. And thank you for the recognition. It's a very exciting project to be a part of. I'd also like to recognize my co-PIs, my partners at the University of New Mexico that are collaborating with us, Professor Ivan Deutsch and Professor Tamim Albash, who are really the experts in quantum information science. You know, I do the experimental heavy lifting, but you know, it's no small thing to move to a new place, and OU has really welcomed me with open arms. So thank you for that, and thank you for helping me get started. This was probably my first sigh of relief after getting here to, you know, to be able to obtain this award. So it's a very exciting thing for us. And yeah, again, thank you for the recognition, and we're looking forward to many more years and more awards. But
terrific. I'll say that, like me, Grant spent part of his career at one of the DOE national labs, in his case at Sandia, but he's smarter than I am. He left and came to academia earlier in his career. So congratulations on making the move, and thanks for being at the University of Oklahoma. We look forward to great work, to the great work that you will do for sure in the future. Next, all right, the next award for excellence in research grants goes to my colleague and friend, Bob Palmer, in the School of Meteorology, and also an Associate Vice President for Research in the office. Bob obtained an important grant from NOAA, from the US Department of Commerce, to exploit the HORUS all-digital polarimetric phase array weather radar. If you can say that 5 times in a row without, you know, then you'll get an award too. But kidding aside, I mean, this is incredibly important technology. It is also the basis for the award that Mark Yeary received from the Department of Defense that we were talking about before, and the ability to do polarimetric phase array digital weather observations really is going to transform our ability to predict and understand, more than anything else, understand you know, weather conditions and how they evolve into severe storms and other disruptive atmospheric events. So Bob, congratulations to you and your co-PIs, David Bodine, Jorge Salazar, Boon Leng Cheong, Caleb Fulton, Hijalti Sikmarsson, Tien Tu Yu, Mark Yuri, and Wifu Zhang. I think you can all tell just from reading these names again that the team at the ARC really is doing amazing work that has been recognized by the federal agencies with very significant funding with huge potential for the future. So again, thank you, Bob and team, and congratulations again, Bob.
Thanks, Tomás. Yeah, as you can see from the names, there's a lot of overlap. You know, the key word for the ARC really is teamwork, and the faculty get a lot of recognition in these sort of events, as you can see. But as Mark mentioned, we also rely heavily on a team of professional engineers that do 90% of the technical work for building and showing these radars. Also, our office staff supports us so much that I just think the world of them. But one other group, of course, is our sponsor, the National Severe Storms Lab. Since I came to OU about 15 or 16 years ago, we've had this partnership with them, and they saw the potential in digital phased arrays and asked us to do this. So it's going to lead to great things, and I'm just happy to be part of the team. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob. Terrific. Let's see, the next award in this Excellence in Research Grants category goes to Dr. Stephen Crossley of the School of Chemical, Biological, and Materials Engineering in the College of Engineering, with co-PIs Alan Feltz, Lance Loban, and Bing Wang, and is for an NSF-funded project on tuning catalyst design to recycle mixed polymer streams. This is really, again, we've been talking a lot about the environment today. We've seen that reflected in a lot of the awards, and this is another one of those areas of research that is critically important to our environmental sustainability in the future. Designing strategies that have the potential to dramatically transform our ability to recycle mixed polymer waste streams and minimize the amount of polymer that goes into landfills is, as anybody can understand, critical to that environmental sustainability in the future. So this grant is about that. It's about upgrading mixed plastic waste streams and doing that through catalysis and really helping us minimize the impact of plastic waste on our landfills and the environment. So Stephen, congratulations, very, very important work. And thank you for all that you and your team are doing in this space.
Thank you so much. We very much appreciate all the support from the VPR and our dean working in this area. We couldn't be more thrilled as this becomes a more seen as an obvious area to invest future resources and tackle these enormous challenges. Myself and Lance Loban and Ben Wong, we've been fortunate to be a part of a lot of larger teams, but one thing that makes this one very unique is the additional involvement of Adam Feltz and the incorporation of people from psychology and other departments to make this truly interdisciplinary. This is the first grant where we've collaborated with people from such diverse backgrounds, and it is just such a joy to interact with such a diverse, truly interdisciplinary team. We really are looking forward to advancing the field in this really critical area that certainly is not going away, and looking forward to have some more grants to celebrate next year. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Let's see, folks, I just realized that we scheduled this for 1 hour and we're at the top of the hour. So I apologize for taking so long in reading all of this, but what I'm going to do, because I want to recognize everybody, I want everybody to be celebrated here. I'm going to read the next set of awards in this area of research grants, and then at the end, I'll open the microphone to the awardees to say a few words, okay? So Michelle, okay, thank you. The next one for excellence in research grants goes to Professor Peshman Kasimpour in the School of Aerospace and Mechanical Engineering and his co-PIs, Sridhar Radhakrishnan, Hamitreza Shabgard, and Rankupar Parthasarathi for their work on low-cost retrofit or integral reciprocating compressors to reduce emissions and enhance efficiency. Again, this is this time from the U.S. Department of Energy, from the DOE, you know, congratulations on this grant. Michelle, if you go to the next one. Thank you. The Oklahoma Department of Transportation awarded $1.5 million for in FY21 for Cultural Resources Program to Professor Amanda Regnier of the Oklahoma Archaeological Survey with her co-PI Scott Sandermeyer. Congratulations, Amanda, for this great award from the state for work on transportation within the state. If you go to the next one, Michelle. This award goes to Professor Robert Chichevich from the Chemistry and Biochemistry Department in the College of Arts and Sciences, and is from the National Institutes of Health in NIAID. I mean, maybe he's a friend of Dr. Fauci, the director of NIAID, but kidding aside, I mean, this is for the outstanding work that he and his team have been doing in the development of novel anti-malarials from fungi, in this case, using natural libraries of chemical compounds to design new drugs for attacking diseases. And what more important, that malaria is one of those diseases that is killing hundreds of thousands, if not millions of children around the world every year. So thank you for your work and congratulations on the tremendous award from the NIH in this space. Next is the work by Joe Zhou, from whom we heard about before, for his work funded by the National Science Foundation on collaborative research on general rules governing microbiome dynamics using anaerobic digesters as model systems. The microbiome, as you all know, is one of those frontiers of research, as we were talking about quantum supremacy and quantum computing before, and so many other areas that we talk about today, where we're starting to understand the dynamics of the huge number of microbial communities that exist within our bodies and in the environment, and the dynamics of those and how they're governed. So Joe, again, congratulations on this tremendous award that you and your co-PIs, Yalang Ning, Ganseng Wang, Jiao Jiao Wang, Lingwei Wu, Naija Zhao, and Jia Zhang received from the NSF. And then last but not least, Professor Bruce Hoagland from the Department of Geography and Environmental Sustainability received also an award from the state of Oklahoma Department of Transportation Natural Resources Program for work here within the state in this space. So I believe that's the last one, Michelle? Yes, thank you. Let me quickly open it up to some of the awardees in the grant category for any comments. I appreciate that some of you are still here past 4 o'clock, and again, apologize for taking too long, but Stephen or others, if you want to make any comments, please.
Maybe I would start with that because I have a meeting with my students. So
please.
I'd like to thank you all for this great opportunity. Thanks for nominating and selecting our work. Actually, I submitted this proposal before I officially start my work at OU. And I would say I received great support from the department, college, and VPRP office. And even though I wasn't officially an employee here. So everyone, I think, was very collaborative and wants OU to be successful. And that was a great thing to know. Even I said before, even the time I kind of officially start my work. And I would my special thanks to actually your team, Tomás. They are working a lot with writing and preparing the proposal. Sometimes we need to work with them after hours, and it's something that I would actually say thank you for all your support and your team support. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Peshman. I don't know if Michael, yes, I see Michael Purcell. I'm sure he's smiling, hearing your comments there. Michael's pre-award team, as you all know, really puts on tremendous support and help to all our faculty at all hours of the day or night and any day of the week. So congratulations. You know, that's
thank you so much.
Recognize. Thank you. Anyone else? It's so great. It was fantastic. Well, look, I don't want to end this session without thanking also my team in the Office of the Vice President for Research and Partnerships. The fact that we have this ceremony today, that we have these awards, is really a testament to the work of the team. Janet Ward and John Antonio led the charge. Michelle Deweese, as always, you know, nothing that happens in my office, you know, happens without Michelle's and Melanie's and support team doing just a stellar, outstanding work, working really hard to make it all come together. And, you know, Bob Palmer, Michael Purcell, we just talked about with pre-award services. You know, we just talked about all these big grants that we're bringing. The volume of grant work is growing exponentially thanks to all of you. And we're grateful that it's growing. Michael's team has to grow. Along with that, we have a plan for that so that you get the best possible service and support from my office. You know, Melanie and her team with facilities and infrastructure. You know, David Ebert supporting our data science efforts across the campus. Anyway, we have a fantastic team, and we hope that you know, we'll continue working with you. We hope that you will find you know, the commitment to service from my team is real, is deep. We're always here for you, and you know, just delighted to again be able to celebrate your accomplishments and those of the entire university, of you, your colleagues, the staff, and the students that you represent. So thank you again, and we'll do a lot more of this in the years to come. Looking forward to it. All right.
Thank you, Tomás. And I also want to offer a shout out to Linda Kelly and Megan Baumgars, who behind the scenes have helped make today possible. Thank you.
Thank you all.